So yesterday we recorded, right? Once we record the script and we are able to see the what are the transaction names we are given. Start transaction. It is a launched application. So is the launch means what will happen? We are clicking or we are entering any data. So means you are clicking the some like see for example, you can go to the application. So get to the application. So this application, right? So you are entering URL means what is the happen? You are clicking for the URL. So you are clicking URL means which function it will generate a launch URL. Which function it is generated? Web underscore URL function generated. And after that, what we are doing, we are entering some data like Gozo and Bean. Means I am entering some data and clicking the login button. So by entering the data, so this is for the by entering login details means which transaction that will
web submitted data.
Yes, which transaction this is login transaction. So login transaction, you are entering the data like username and password. That is why it is generated as a web submit data. Got it, right? So after that, and again, what we are doing with by flights, we are anything submitting or we are anything clicking.
Clicking.
So by we are clicking means which function it will generate. Obviously, it will generate it for the web URL, right? See, you can observe. See, by clicking right, so you can observe start transaction and end transaction. So you can observe for the we are clicked. That is why it is generated as a web URL function. So now we can move to the next transaction. So we are submitting some data like departure date, departure value and arrival value and return date, passenger details. So these all things you are giving some data. That is why which function it is generated? Web submit data. And after that we are submitting for the like what we are submitting flight we are value we are submitting. This is the 343 flight and this is the date and this is the cost. So we are submitting, that is why it is generated as a web submit data. So after that we are doing for the payment details. Payment details means it is asked for the passenger details, first name, last name, address 1, address 2, passenger 1, credit card, expiry date. So we are giving the data. So that is why which function it is generated?
Web submitted data.
Web submitted data. Okay, good. So after payment is completed, last transaction, what is the last transaction?
Logout.
Logout. See, logout means what we are doing, you are clicking or you are entering any data?
Just clicking.
Yes, we are clicking. That is why we are getting for the okay, we are getting for the web URL function. So now you guys can clear, right? So means you are entering any data means it is generated as a web submit data, but we are doing for the any clicks will happen. Which function it will generated? Web URL function will be generated. So sometimes what will happen means once you can record the script, what are the functions you observed in your script? Anyone ask means for as of now we know for the web submit data and web URL and web submit data means we need to submit the data in the form of item data, like what are the data will be there in the form. So we are submitting the data, that is for the web submit data. Web URL means what are the you are clicking for the any of the URL or you are clicking any button, so it is generated for the web URL. Apart from this, you guys can see the some other functions also will be there, and start and end transactions also will be there. LR start transaction, LR end transaction. You can observe this is the LR start transaction, LR underscore start underscore transaction. What is the start transaction function means? We need to tell for the answer LR underscore start underscore transaction, and after that we need to give for the transaction name in the double colon, like it is a login or it is a flight booking, it is a payment or whatever maybe, you need to give that one. Okay, so after that end transaction will be there. So once it is what is the end transaction means LR underscore end underscore transaction. So in double colon, we need to give for the start transaction name, what name you are given, you need to give for the same name. Otherwise, it will throw an error. Okay. So, and after that, we have the LR auto will be there. Okay. What is the function of this one means LR end transaction, and this is a transaction name. After that, we need to give for the LR auto. Okay. It's fine. So,
Yes.
and now we know for the LR start transaction, end transaction, which purpose we can use for the LR start and end transaction?
To measure the response time.
To measure the response time point of view, we are using for the start and end transaction, right? So, and after that, what are functions you observe, right? This will be, for example, so this when will happen when this web URL and web submit data it will record admins. So we are recording the script. So you can click on the recording options or click on record, right? You can click on the record button, and after that we need to select for the web browser, and we need to select for the any one of the application, nothing but it's a browser. You need to select for the IE, Internet Explorer, or Mozilla Firefox, or Google Chrome. So what is that? You need to select any one of the fine. Anything is fine. Okay. I am selected as Internet Explorer, and you need to give for the URL of this application URL you need to give. For example, I will do for here Facebook application. Once which URL I need to give this place?
Web tour.
No, please listen carefully. What I am asking means my project will be Facebook application. So which URL I need to give?
Okay. Facebook URL.
Facebook URL. Okay, so maybe Muhammad. So I'm doing for the some ICICI bank application. So which URL I need to give?
ICICI bank.
So means just you guys can understand. So which URL, for example, we are doing for the which project and what the URL they given, we need to give for pass it is this URL. For example, my sir told us only for web tour URL, but I can do for that means that is not good. So which application we are doing, what is our project, it is a banking or it is insurance or it is a healthcare domain, what is the domain. So we need to ask for the URL of that, and we need to give for here before recording the script. So once we can give the URL, and we need to go to the recording options. We have the before start recording, we need to go to the recording option. Click on the recording option. You have the different types of recording options will be there. So in recording will be there. First one will be recording. In the recording, we have the two modes will be there, HTML and URL mode. So right now we are doing for the HTML based only. That is why you are selected as a HTML, and you need to go to the HTML advanced, and every time will be everyone should be, please listen. So we need to keep for the second one in the script type, and non-HTML type we need to select for the first one. So once you can install your software, right, you need to set up this one first thing. You are doing for the HTML base, it is must be, it is containing the explicit URL and web URL and web submit data function only I need to generate. That is why I am selected as a web URL and web submit data. And here will be non-HTML point of view, we need to set the only record within the current script step. Means I want only for the what I am recording, I want for that scripts only. That is why I given as a record within the current script step. Okay, understand, right? In advanced mode, what are things we need to check? Web URL and web submit data. In the script type is second one, and non-HTML type will be first one. Okay, so after that you need to click on OK, and after that you can go to the mapping and filter. This is also important. In the mapping and filter, you can see for the three options will be there: socket level, VNet level, socket level, and VNet level. So what is the meaning of the socket level? Means you are doing for web applications. So in Facebook application, Flipkart or Amazon or what is that? So any banking application, insurance application, these all will be coming from the web-based or non-web-based.
Web-based.
Web-based only, right? So it is a web-based application means you need to select for the socket level data. Which data we are doing for the web application means we need to select for the socket level data. By default will be socket level will be there. Maybe by mistake it will be there VNet level. Then you are unable to record the script because VNet level means it is the Windows based application. You need to record for the Windows based application means you need to use for the desktop type applications. For example, notepad will be there. You need to record for the notepad means that is a desktop application. That is why you need to use for the VNet level. But all web-based application we need to use for the socket level data. Okay, so these two only we need to important right now. After that we need to go with the one by one. Everything we can discuss. Okay, but once before recording, these two will be must will be you need to identify. Okay, HTML will be second one, first one will be there, not there. Okay, it will be there. Okay, fine. And come to the mapping and filter, you need to check for the socket level data. And after that, you need to click on the OK button. So it is the changes will happen. And after that, you need to start the recording. Okay. You guys understand, right? What are the things we done? So you need to set up this one, and after that start recording, click on start recording and click on S. See, it is automatically which browser it is invoked, Muhammad? Muhammad,
Sir?
which browser it is invoked?
Web2.
Huh? Muhammad, I'm
Internet
asking,
Explorer.
but which browser, which application? No? I think I'm not given URL correct, right? I'm talking, sorry. So again, you guys, I'm recording carefully. Can you listen? So click on start button, and after that you need to select for the browser, and you need to give for the URL of the application. I'm doing for the web tour application. That is why I'm given for the web tour application. Recording options already I set it, everything is fine. Then I'm starting the scripting. Click on S and okay. Then it is automatically I selected Internet Explorer. That is why it is automatically to open the IE Internet Explorer browser. You can observe which browser it is opening.
Internet Explorer.
See which browser it is open. Internet Explorer with our web tour application. So we are logging means which transaction we are doing. Login transaction or which transaction? Which transaction is starting now? Login. You need to give for the transaction name is a login and underscore T02 because launch is a 201 and I'm giving for the login is a 1. And after that you need to start the enter for the username and password and click on login. So now transaction is the login transaction is completed or not. So if it is completed, you need to end the transaction. This is the end transaction. You can click on this and end for the login. Just click on the login. So after that, next transaction, what is the transaction?
Click on flights.
Click on flights. So you need to give for the click on flights. And transaction name T03 and click on flights. Then you need to click the flight. So you should wait for the until page will be loaded. So after that, click on flights is completed, right? We need to end the transaction. This is the end transaction. You can go to here click on flight. So you need to click. So after that, next transaction, what is the transaction?
Find the
Select
flight.
flight.
Select a flight or find flight?
Find the flight.
Find flight. So whatever maybe you can give it for your name point of view. You need to give for the anything is fine. Okay, yeah, I'm giving for the find flight. And what is the transaction name? T04 or 3?
T4.
And after that, you need to do for the what you need to select. You need to select for the anything. And after that, you need to select for the business miss. You can select Windows miss. You can select whatever maybe. And after that, continue. And this is also same transaction, find flight only. So that is why I'm not ending this transaction. So I'm continuing for the find flight only. And I am selecting for the blue sky error 232 and click on continue. So now find flight transaction is completed or not?
Complete.
So you need to
Completed.
end the find flight. And after that, what we are doing?
Payment.
Payment details. So we are starting for the payment details. That is why you need to give for the payment details T05 and click on OK and enter for the street address. Okay. I'm just giving for the details of this payment details and expiry date of credit card and after that continue. See, payment is completed or not, because we are payment is done and we are successfully booked the ticket. So you need to end the which transaction? Payment transaction.
Payment.
So again, what transaction you need to starting? Sign off.
Log out.
Sign off or log out, whatever maybe you can give. Okay, log out. Transaction name T06, right?
Yes.
And click on sign up. So after sign up is completed, we need to end also. Don't forget, for end transaction also you need to end. So now entire our script is scenario recording is completed, right? You need to stop recording. This is the stop recording button. You can click on stop recording. Then once script is everything is recorded, automatically script will be generated. So now we can go to here, and once we can record, right, you will be like this. You are able to see for this all things, and you can observe this is our URL 127.0.1. Maybe this will be also will be there like this. You need to remove this because this is not our URL. So you need to remove that one. Just click on remove and you can click on regenerate, means the script will be without this, it will be come. So just you can click on regenerate and click on yes. The script will automatically regenerate. No need to record for again. See, this time you can observe, this time it will be, this is the removed. And after that, you can go to the action. Now you need to observe for the transactions. This is the login transaction. We are given start transaction, and login means which function it is generated?
Web submitted.
Web submit data. And it is ended here. You can observe. And after login ended, and which transaction started? Click on flight transaction started. And click on flight ended. After that, find flight transaction started. And after find flight button completed, which transaction started? Payment. Transaction. And after payment is completed, which transaction is started? Login. So means all transactions will be recorded successfully. Now you need to find the do the some script analysis in this script. Once this is completed, we need to do for the some script analysis. Script analysis is nothing but, for example, we can do for the load test 1000 users. So we need for the 1000 username and passwords, right? So you need to test with the same user. You need to test, for example, Jojo Bean will be there. You need to test with the Jojo Bean is 100 times. It is a realistic environment or not?
No, sir.
No, because so realistic environment, what will happen? For example, Raji will be use Raji credentials. Maybe Pavani use Pavani credentials. Muhammad or anyone you can use for their credentials. So same realistic environment, how it will happening. So we need to do also do the test same thing. So means we need for the 1000 username and password data. So that is point of view. We need to do further some script enhancements. That is called as a parameterization. So parameterization, what is the parameterization? Nothing but, so what are the values you are entering through keyword? Those values you should do for the parameterization. So what is the parameterization? What are the values we are entering through keyboard? Those values we need to do for the parameterization. So for example, in application, what are the values we are entering through keyword? You can observe what values we are entering.
Login details,
Login.
Login details
username
means
and
what?
password, credit
Specific
card details.
username and password.
Password.
So you are entering for the username password through keyword. That is why you need to do for the parameterization. What we need to do? Parameterization. After that, click on login, and after that, click on flights, and after that, you are selecting or you are entering the any data through keyboard.
Entering in.
No, no.
Entering the data.
We are not entering. We are selecting.
Selecting.
Already drop
Selecting.
down. We have the different values will be there. We are selecting for the any one of the values. So no need to do for the parameterization. And you are doing for this also. You can select anything is fine, right? You no need to do for this one. And after that, date will be there. So if I want change for this date, means I'm entering or I'm selecting.
Entering.
Entering. So what we need to do? You need to do for the parameterization.
Parameterization.
And return date also I am entering for the 7. So you need to do for the parameterization. So departure date and return date, and same to the number of passenger point of view. I want for the 2 users. So I am entering the passengers, number of passengers. So we need to do for the parameterization. And after that, seating preferences will be there. So you are selecting or you are entering.
Selecting.
Selecting means you are not anything entering through keyboard. So that is why you need to do for the nothing do. You need to not do the parameterization. And this is also no need to do for parameterization. So as of now in script, we find for the username and password, departure date and return date and number of passengers. After that, continue. And for here also we have the different fields will be there. You are selecting or you are entering.
Selecting.
Selecting means we can do for the parameterization. No, right? So click on continue. So now in payment details, you are entering for the all details. You can enter for the first name, last name, and street address. So we are entering. So we are entering means what we need to do for this all details? Parameterization you need to do, right? So you can enter the details, and you are entering credit card also. You need to do for the parameterization. You are doing for the credit card expiry date. Means this all also you need to do for the parameterization. Click on continue. So after that, click on sign up. So now we know for the what values we need to parameterize also we know. So first value, what is that value?
Username.
So you need to find the where is username. You can go to the login transaction. It will be there, right? You can go and you can see this is the username. You are able to see. So how to we can do for the parameterization means first you need to select that value. Okay. And after that you can click on right button. So in username, first you need to select that value. And after that you can click on right button. And after that here will be replaced with parameter. Create new parameter will be there. What is that? Replace parameter and create new parameter. You can click on create new parameter. And which value we are doing?
Username.
So you need to give for the username. Username. Parameterization you are doing, right? You need to give for the param. Means parameterization. Maybe if anyone see means okay, he done for the username param. I means he done for the parameterization. So you give for the parameter name. You need to give for the, for example, I'm giving for the here. Apart from this, I given as a control X and I given as a my name Kiran. So maybe Pavani come and she is observing my script. Okay, in the username place, what will replace it means Kiran will be there. So she unable to understand him because he done for parameterization, but why it is there in Kiran? So you are done for the username. You are given is a proper name. For example, I given for the username Param. Then she can understand. Okay, he done for the username parameterization. So that is why what value you are doing, you need to give for the related name only. No need to give for the your name, your father name, your Okay, no need to give for the others name. So you need to give for the, we are doing username, then you need to give for the username only. You are doing password means we need to give for the password param only. So that is clear, right, everyone? And no need to give for the spaces. Spaces will be not accepted here. So you need to give for the like this. Underscore will be accepted, but space you can give means it will not accept. So that is why no need to give for the space. So now I am doing for the username param. And after that, parameter types, we have the different type of parameter will be there. File and date and time will be there. File nothing but if it is a text type, so you need to select for the file. Text type means some characters or some like numbers or this type will be there, that we can call it as a text type. So that is the file. So maybe it is a date and time parameterization. So we are a return date and this thing will be there. You know, you are doing for the parameterization date and time, you need to select for the date and time. But now we are doing for the text or date and time.
Text.
So text means you again obviously you need to select for the file. Okay. So see, you can observe original value. What is that? So you need to click on properties. And after that, see username param dot scheme. So what is the extension of the parameterization file? If anyone asks for the what is the parameterization extension file means dot. What is that? DAT dot. So you can observe
Dot.
we are given only up to param only. After that, it is created as a dot. So dot file means it is a parameterization file. So what is the extension of parameter file means dot. And after that, you need to click on create table and click on OK. Now you can observe is a Jojo escape. So now you need to enter for the how much data you want. You need to enter for that data. For example, I am test with the 10 users. I am giving for the Jojo, and Jojo 2 is a username and Jojo. So you need to give for the how many users means you need to give for that users, and after that you can save it. See saved. So now you can go to the script and you can observe what are the values are given. All values is came or not. So means you are doing for the 100 users means you need to enter the 100 details, edit with notepad, and you need to give for the names, how many usernames you want, you need to give for the all the usernames. Okay. And after that, so by name, what value we are doing?
Username.
Username. So by name, you can select the by name and you need to give for the username per and click on close. And after that, click on OK. And see, do you want to replace with the other occurrences? See, you want to always no, you need to click. See, now parameterization is completed. What value I given? Username param. So by seeing anyone also, okay, he done for the username is a parameterization. After that, username is completed. Which value we need to do?
Password.
Password. So anyone can explain what is the process?
Select the text. Sorry, select the value and right click.
Okay, select the value and right click.
Right click. Replace with parameter. Create new parameter.
Okay.
Here's a parameter name. Password param.
Password param. Okay. And
Parameter type
for
is
this is
okay.
the parameter is date and time or any text?
Text only.
So text means which property type we can use?
File.
File only, right? Yeah. Then after that, go to the properties. Go to the properties. So what is the parameterization extension file? Dot. And after that, we need to click on the create table and click on OK. And after that, you need to by name. Which value you are doing? Password. So password. For the password param. Okay. And after that, you want to enter the any data means you can come to here and you need to enter the data. So you can save it. I saved. Now you can find, see what are values I entered. All values came or not? Came. So you can select a password param, and after that So you can close it, and after that we need to click on OK and always no.
No.
See, now we done for the username param and password param. So after that, which value we need to do for the parameterization? Which value we are enter keyword, those values we need to do, right? The departure will be London will be there.
Departure.
Which value we are selecting or we are entering?
Select.
Selecting.
So selecting means no need to do for the parameterization. And after that, departure date will be there. So departure date we are entering or we are
Entering.
entering. So
Entering.
we need to do for the parameterization. How we need to do? We need to select this
Select.
and click on right button,
Right click.
replace with parameter and create new parameter, and you need to give for the name of that one. What we are giving doing?
Departure date.
Departure date. You need to give for the proper name. Depart date param. And after that, now this is
Says
the
space.
text
Space.
or date.
Numbers.
Date, right?
Sir, space.
Date means, so you need to select for the date and time parameter type. See, you can select for the date and time and click on next properties. Now you can observe we are selected date and time. That is why this will be different for the file type. See, this is the parameter type will be which type? Date and time. And this all will